Planner premieres, softball showdowns, and holiday history. All this and more as the Stafford Weekly News starts now. Welcome to the Friday, February 20th edition of the Stafford Weekly News. I'm Randall Williams. Stafford now has a new city planner, Sylvia Bolivar. We sat down with her to talk about her path to Stafford and her plans for the future.
Stafford is growing, and managing that growth requires a steady hand and a clear blueprint. City Hall welcomed a new architect for our future, Sylvia Bolivar, who is stepping into the role of city planner with a wealth of experience and a deep commitment to strengthening our community.
My name is Sylvia Bolivar. I have been an urban planner for over 10 years. I relocated to Houston in August of 2025, so I've been here a couple of months, and I am proud to be the city planner for the city of Stafford. My primary vision for Stafford is that I want the city to keep on growing in ways that improves the lives of our current residents, future residents, and for those that commute into the city on a daily basis. With that, I mean that would be safer streets, thriving local businesses, quality jobs, and neighborhoods that people take pride in. Growth matters, it's important, but it needs to be thoughtful and planned. We should build on what Stafford is special about, and we can't lose sight of that.
A major piece of that thoughtful planning targets the corridors that connect us. Bolivar views our main thoroughfares not just as roads, but as the first impression our city makes on the rest of Texas.
Highway 90 is one of our main gateways to the city, so when we improve it, it improves everybody's life and we feel the impact. The improvements make traffic flow better, improve safety, and create a better first impression. When an area looks and functions better, it attracts new businesses and investment. This means more opportunities and amenities for our residents.
Attracting that investment is only step one. Getting those projects off the ground is where the real work begins. Bolivar says her department is focused on removing roadblocks by collaborating early with business owners and keeping an open line of communication with every other city department.
It all comes down to communication and having staff service partners with the business community and owners through the development process. Basically, by meeting with them early, you kind of like review the plans together. They know what we are expecting, what our requirements are, and we are facilitators. We are here to help the public. So we are here to smooth the process for them and explain everything so there are no development delays. So as a result, it's a smoother process, things get done a lot quicker, and then we have a happier community.
With a collaborative foundation in place, the focus now shifts to the future. Over her first year, Bolivar is tackling some major to-do list items, including a long-awaited update to our city's master plan and a passion project aimed at our local parks.
One goal that I have in my first year with the city of Stafford is I just want to ensure that we have a clear and shared vision for where Stafford is headed, especially along key corridors like Highway 90. City leadership and stakeholder input will be critical to our continued success, and I want residents and business owners to feel confident that their voices are being heard. Most importantly, I want the community to know that we are moving forward together and in the right direction. I have several things that straight off the bat that I would like to work on, and one of them is updating the comprehensive plan and our zoning ordinances. So the comprehensive plan was last updated in 2015. So it's something that we need to start working on right away. Also, as a landscape architect, I would like to be involved in park design and green spaces. So that would be like a passion project, parks and planning and everything.
We appreciate Sylvia Bolivar for taking the time to speak with us. For Stafford Weekly News, I am Mal Morales.
Speaking of Sylvia Bolivar, she'd like you to know that there are some openings for the Planning and Zoning Commission and how you can apply.
Hi, I'm Sylvia Bolivar, the city planner here at the City of Stafford. We are currently seeking a passionate, community-minded individual to serve on our Planning and Zoning Commission, and we would love to hear from you.
This is an opportunity to play a direct role in shaping Stafford's growth and development. As a commissioner, you will help guide land use decisions, review development proposals, and contribute to a vision that will define our city's future. If you care about growing Stafford the right way, with strong neighborhoods and responsible development, your voice can make a real difference. If you are interested in becoming part of Stafford's future, please complete the City of Stafford City Boards, Commissions, and Committee application that can be found by scanning the QR code at staffordtx.gov. Submit the application along with your current resume to citysecretary@staffordtx.gov or mail to the Stafford Administration Department at 2610 South Main Street, Stafford, Texas 77477. If you have any questions about the application process, please call 281-261-3900 and press 0. We hope you join us in shaping the future of Stafford. Your leadership and perspective matter.
Area authors, next. Winter is slowly giving way to spring, so it's a nice time for softball. Mal Morales pitches us this update.
It was a jam-packed 3 days on the diamond as Stafford varsity Spartans hosted their annual softball tournament. Playing 4 games in just 3 days is a grind for any squad, and the Spartans were tested early, forcing Stafford to regroup and rethink their strategy at the plate. But Friday was a brand new day, and the Spartans bats officially woke up. Stafford took complete control of the field, delivering back-to-back blowouts. They dismantled Royal with a commanding 15-3 victory and carried that exact firepower into their next game, crushing Fort Bend Marshall 14-6. Riding high on that Friday momentum, the Spartans headed into Saturday's finale against Eisenhower. It was a heavyweight fight, and while Stafford ultimately fell short in a 24-4 loss, the offense still provided some fireworks. The Spartans closed out their home tournament with an even 2-2 record. It was a weekend of high-scoring offense, tough lessons, and building the kind of resilience this team will need as they march closer to district play. Some major standouts of the games were Genesis Mendez, who sparked the dugout by ripping a massive triple and driving in 2 critical runs. Here are some key highlights of the games. For Stafford Weekly News, I'm Mal Morales. Thanks for watching.
SMSD employs a number of professionals, and now one of them is also a published author. We met with Rosalinda Carranza to talk about her book and its message. We went to the Early Childhood Center to talk with Linda Carranza about her new book.
This book is called Felipe and His Super Senses. What inspired me to write this book was it's about my son. And I wanted to have more of a kid-friendly picture book for my younger child to understand his brother. So I came up with the idea to publish and write my first book about autism. Felipe is now 17 and he does attend Stafford High School. He's been here since he was 3 years old. Yeah, so he's been here his whole life. The original plan was to make a book for my younger child, which is my 3-year-old, to understand his brother, to understand the world that he was born in, because we lived it through with Felipe. So my main idea was to get across my son, to understand Felipe, because we're going through this transition where he's very affectionate. He wants a lot of hugs from his brother, and Felipe is he's very quiet, and he's doesn't like too much of the feel, but he's used to mom, dad, and sister. But when it comes to brother, it's trying to understand him. So my main plan was to start the book for my son. So I kind of added a little bit of what we went through with Felipe when he was younger and what we go through now, and I try to incorporate what it looks like in a classroom setting with kids, that some of our kids do have, the headphones, which cancels out the sound. So there's a lot of other different things that they use now for our kids. So I felt like maybe if I kind of incorporate a little bit of how autism looks now and what we went through and put it together all in a book. And I wanted to make it very basic and more kid-friendly with color. So I was looking for more into just the 4 words and then the picture. So that was like my main focus. The main character, of course, is Felipe, my son, and a teacher that I worked with that I started my education journey, and her name was Miss Lisa Williams. So she was a teacher that I admired so much, and I felt like we all needed. And so she is one of the characters in the book. So that's how I started. Felipe had very big sensory overload. So it was a lot of times that he would cover his ears from just loud noises. And touch was very hard. So I did put inclusion means everyone is welcome, everyone is valued, and everyone belongs. And I wanted kids to kind of understand Felipe's way of thinking and his way of learning. And and then this part, and I came up with Felipe and his super senses because I wanted to focus more on the way that he sees things, the way that he feels things, the way that he hears things. And I wanted it to be more kid-friendly. So I felt like, throwing in the super senses would be more attracting. So, and then when I added the puzzle pieces, I wanted to add in other disabilities, other things that come with mental health, to know that we all learn the same, we all go through different situations, but we're all unique in our own ways.
For Spartan Spotlight, this is Randall Williams. What are you waiting for? Next. President's Day is a merging of 2 holidays into one, and just watch this.
Americans across the country marked President's Day on Monday, February 16th, 2026, with ceremonies, educational events, and reflections on the nation's highest office. Originally established in 1885 to honor President George Washington's birthday, the federal holiday has since evolved into a day recognizing all U.S. presidents. Celebrated on the 3rd Monday of February, President's Day offers many Americans a long weekend, while serving as a moment to consider the leadership and legacy of past commanders-in-chief. In Washington, D.C., visitors gathered at Mount Vernon, George Washington's historic estate in Virginia, where wreath-laying ceremonies and reenactments highlighted the life of the nation's first president. At the Lincoln Memorial, park rangers led guided discussions about Abraham Lincoln's leadership during the Civil War and his enduring influence on American democracy. Schools and community organizations also used this occasion to teach students about presidential history. It's an opportunity to help students understand how the presidency has shaped our country and how citizens shape the presidency. Federal offices, banks, and postal services were closed in observance of the holiday. As Americans reflected on more than 2 centuries of presidential leadership, many also considered the evolving challenges facing the office today. From guiding the nation through crisis to shaping domestic and foreign policy, the presidency remains one of the most closely watched institutions in the country. Whether through solemn ceremonies or family outings over the long weekend, President's Day once again blended commemoration with contemporary life, honoring the past while engaging with the present.
If you've been active at a Stafford City Park, there was just one way to get water. Bring your own. No more, as new water fountains have been installed. If you've visited one of Stafford's parks lately with the return of warm weather, you may have noticed something different.
I'm excited. My name is William Bostick. I'm excited. I'm your Stafford City Councilman. I'm excited to be out here with our new water fountains that are in place at every single one of our parks. I just want to highlight how we have a bottle dispenser. A regular water fountain for ADA compliance. We also, what I'm really about, we have one for our four-legged friends. They're just been installed in every single park just in time for the summer. And once again, just feel free to come partake and use our own water fountains. Water fountains, they were first turned off way back in 2020 around the COVID times. And so prior to that, we had some standard water fountains that were basically just this. And after the water was stagnant for about roughly 4 years, when we decided we were gonna turn the water on, we realized that we were gonna have to replace everything. So that included the drainage all the way down here, the pipelines that run to the street. And so with that, we decided to fully upgrade these water fountains that we were seeing in our surrounding cities, Missouri City, Meadows Place, City of Houston. They all had these type of water fountains, so we figured why not join in on it. And once again, these fountains will be enjoyed by the citizens of Stafford for decades. I just feel that this is just one of the few things that we're working on in our community. I mean, I look forward to announcing in the future we're going to redevelop our park facilities, and I mean, it's just great to see our communities out here enjoying it. And I mean, even today, this beautiful afternoon, we have members of the community out here enjoying our parks. So I mean, it's just an honor to see something like this. It's years in the making, and I'm just looking forward to the future progress we're going to make.
That's a wrap on our news for this week. Thank you for joining us. For everyone here at Stafford Weekly News, I'm Randall Williams. May all your news be good news.
This program was produced at City Hall of Stafford, Texas, in association with Houston City College.